Okay. My grandmother and de Klerk shared a great-grandfather, which is a terrible burden on my shoulders in many ways. I had a very deep conversation with a fellow South African whose parents were Indian and in South Africa during the apartheid regime, and when de Klerk died, it all just came back to her childhood and how she grew up. And we both found it incredibly healing. We had an exchange virtually the whole weekend about this and what it meant to her and what it meant to me, and it affected me really deeply to know that I'm so closely linked on a family level with some of the people that started, instigated, perpetrated, and invented apartheid. So that, in a way, makes my journey with Eugene even more profound from the point of view that he's all about love and forgiveness, but he's also very real, and he doesn't, he calls a spade a spade. And I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that anymore. But this journey with Eugene is really making me delve into my family history and question myself and look at where I come from and who I am. So in some respects, even though there's a lot of negativity and heaviness and burden, in a sense, there is. I mean, I can't get away from that, even though I'm not to blame for what my forefathers started. There's that wonderful biblical thing, the crimes of the forefathers, but it is still something that weighs on me. And working with Eugene, composing music for his poetry is a deep, it's not only a deeply healing thing for me, it's also, I will speak to him in Afrikaans, and I mean, you're fluent in Afrikaans. My Zulu is very thin on the ground, but I feel like we've known each other all our lives. We speak about a mud pool, and if we'd grown up together, we would be sitting in that mud pool as kids, playing around, building cities and cars out of the stones, but that didn't happen. So before I waffle myself into my conch, I'd just like to say that my father was a wonderful man, despite his background, despite his job. He was an incredible daddy, and I feel very fortunate to have had such a kind, sweet, loving soul as a pup. I'm definitely a papa's girl. Now this very precious conch has been left outside for a long time, and it's starting to go green and moldy. I put it in fairy liquid last night. I was scrubbing away with steel wool, but it just didn't remove that. So I guess it's part of it. We were walking in Scottsboro, which is a place in KwaZulu-Natal. Gosh, I think I was 9. But it's the memory's vivid. And it was one of those days. They have a lot of days like that in England, where the sea is not that wild. The waves are very wild in South Africa, because I think that's the Indian Ocean side of things. That's it's right, very wild, that side of the ocean. And it was a very, you could see it was going to thunder. It was those black, purple, blue, all those shades of blue clouds up in the sky, and we were walking. It's a long beach. Do you know the Scottsboro beach? It's a long beach, and it's just sand. I suppose it's a little bit like the Jurassic beach is a bit like that, isn't it? It's got like a long beach, and you walk. I can't think of an English equivalent now. But we were walking, and I was paddling, and he was walking quite fast, and I was like trying to run, keep up with Dad, and then I saw this thing and the water splashing over it, and here was this conch. So for me, this is very special. It reminds me of my father. It travels everywhere with me. It's not as little as your stuff, but this is the thing this is one of, besides my piano and my phone, because I film all my stuff and record all Eugene's poems on there, this is my most prized object. Thank you.